when Akhenaten, because of his commitment to the religious reformation, neglected the defense of Egypt, she made sure that Egypt was defended. When Tut was too young to rule, she became queen regent. Everything she did was watched closely. Her earrings, her wigs, her eye shadow, etc., her dresses were all emulated by the ladies of both lands. She was so deeply loved by her pharaoh that he built a lake for her 1 mile long. We can still see that lake, the lake of Tai. This Queen Tai, quietly behind the scenes, wielded power for about 50 years over the greatest empire in the world. This is one of her daughters. And this is Taharqa. We're coming to the evening dynasty. When I was studying Taharqa from the book They Came Before Columbus, all the books I picked up said that he was Caucasoid or Afro-Asiatic or Euro-Asiatic. There was no African in him. In fact, Shinny, who at the UNESCO conference said that race is subjective, he insisted that this one did not have anything black in him. And Arkell said that it is improbable that Taharqa could have been a Negro, though he may have had 1 drop of Negro blood in his veins. This is the drop. He was a very remarkable man. At a very young age, he became Field Marshal of the Nubian and Egyptian forces. He entered Jerusalem to protect the Jews from the attack of the Syrians. In spite of the fact that the Jewish sect or the Judaic sect was persecuted by the Egyptians, now not persecuted because of race, because the Jews are not a race. There were both black Jews at the time, the dominant type, as well as Semitic Jews coming from other places, and much, much, much later, the white Jews. And there is no harm in that. That is no criticism. If you have a sect, a religion, everybody should be able to join it. There are white Buddhists, there are black Buddhists, there are Asiatic Buddhists, there are white Muslims, there are black Muslims, there are Asiatic Muslims, there are white Christians, black Christians, Asiatic Christians. Why shouldn't there be black, white, and Semitic Jews? He went in the defense of the Jews in 701 BC. It's recorded in the Bible and in other documents. And the Bible said a plague struck the Assyrians, but it wasn't a plague, it was malaria, which the blacks brought up, which they had a protection, which they brought up into the battlefield, not on purpose, but it did have some effect on the Asiatics. This was the last of the great sun kings of the ancient world. Now I want you to look at this face. This is Maasai. This is an African woman. If she was represented in Egyptian sculpture, they would swear that she was a Caucasoid. She's very black. That skin is a very dark brown. The photograph is taken with a flash. The structure of the face, everything that belongs to clearly African tribe. The assumption that all Africans look alike is something that had to do with an attempt to box them into certain construct. Okay, so that when they appear to fall out of that construct, then they had to be Caucasoids. This is one of the great princesses of ancient Egypt. Would you believe that this is a mummy? Her hair is well preserved, her teeth, her skin. This is about 4,000 years old. No people on earth, it's not just the pyramids, no people on earth ever managed to preserve flesh like this. It is just as if she died yesterday. In fact, I have seen people in their coffins looking no different than this. close up. These are some of the wigs we were photographing in the Cairo Museum when we were stopped. Some of them are classified as lions here. I will come to that in a moment. These are wigs worn by kings and queens and priests and priestesses in ancient Egypt. Look very closely at that texture. This is classified as the lions here. As I said the other day, it is possible that the lioness probably braided the hair of the lion. This shows you the earliest settlements, agricultural settlements in the world at Wadi Kubani in Egypt and Wadi Tushka on the edge of the Sudan, where they found agricultural settlements earlier than any other civilization. Wendorf and Schill said it was 7,000